Hi everyone, it's Taylor. Welcome back to my channel. I'm an American expat living in Malaysia and I like to share my life and travels with you. Well, for the last 2 months it's been so hot in KL that I just had to get out of town. And I came to Genting Highlands for my first trip ever. Want to come with me? See what it's like? Stay tuned. So yeah, it's been super hot back in KL. Well, all of Malaysia, all of Southeast Asia really, just been hideous for the last 2 months. So I heard all about Genting Highlands and how close it was. But my gosh, I couldn't believe it. It took us just about an hour to get here. Now that's just nothing. And you're just transported into a whole new climate. There's not a whole lot up here. I mean, if you play golf, that would be fabulous. Because I don't know how anyone plays golf in KL. Jeez, it's so warm. But there's golfing here. There's the outlet mall, which is really fun and very nice. And then there's the cable cars. And then there's Genting Highlands itself, which is up at the top of the hill. And it's really cool. With an amusement park, a huge shopping mall filled with very expensive shops and super nice restaurants. Sort of like Vegas. Well, the weather was a little bit clearer yesterday when we arrived. I'll show you here. I mean, I thought, oh, it's just going to get better. But after that sun went away, it's been cloudy ever since and a little bit rainy. But honestly, who cares when it's only 19 or 20 degrees? That's just incredible. I think this is the first night since I've been in Malaysia that I actually slept with the windows open. Unbelievable, and I've never been more comfortable in my life. It's the perfect temperature. Okay, well obviously I'm back home now. That's because I just wanted to enjoy the weekend fully, embrace the cool weather, and not worry about talking on camera all the time. So I took a lot of video, but I decided to just go over the whole trip once I got home, and that's what I'm gonna do now. Like I said, I was stunned at how close Genting Highlands is. My goodness, it took us less than an hour to get there and only 40 minutes to get back. So you could easily go there for a day trip. But if you know Taylor, Taylor likes to check a place out and spend more than a night there. So we went for 2 nights. And as you can see, it was just a beautiful drive. Just stunning. All the windy roads, it's just beautiful. But I did a crazy thing though. I decided on a hotel with a non-refundable price without actually looking up on YouTube any reviews or anything. What was I thinking? I don't know, but I thought about it too late and I started looking at YouTube videos of the hotel, Resorts World Awana. And I was very disappointed in what I saw. But like I said, it was non-refundable, so I just had to go with it and make the best of it, and that's what we did. So I'll talk a little bit about the hotel. It was disappointing. The hotel is obviously really old and tired and in desperate need of a complete redo. Now it was clean and everything and the room was spacious, but really, it just wasn't very nice. I didn't even take any pictures of the room because it was so uninspiring, but here's one here from the internet. And it looked just like this. My first impression of the hotel, as you can see here, is that the ceilings were so low in the lobby and hallways that I could literally reach up without being on my toes and touch the ceiling. Look at this, unbelievable. It's funny because I've always noticed that Malaysia has really tall ceilings and hotels generally have very grand lobbies and not have such a low ceiling that you can reach up and touch it. And I'm not an especially tall person. We checked in easily and it was fun. I was standing there checking in and a man walked up and said, "Are you Andrew Taylor? I watch your videos." So that was really fun. The woman at the desk checking me in looked at me like, who the hell is he? I don't think everybody knows who Taylor is. The second thing that I could not believe about the hotel was when we went to the elevators from the lobby. Well, it just seemed forever. And indeed it was. I actually used a stopwatch one time and it took 2 minutes, 30 seconds to walk from the lobby to the elevators. Now that doesn't sound ridiculous, but it was ridiculous. I mean, when you consider how far you can walk in 2.5 minutes, those elevators were far from the lobby and very slow. We were on floor 26, which had a gorgeous view. But when the building's that tall and you've got 3 slow elevators, it's sort of a challenge to go out. So we got in our room and looked around, and boy, it was so nice to open the windows and feel that cool air coming in and go out on the balcony and see this stunning view. You just instantly relax. But once you finish looking at that gorgeous view and you happen to look down at the balcony railing, you'll see that it has nothing but dead flowers in it. Can you believe this? Now, I think this is a 4-star hotel, maybe 3. But anyway, don't you think that housekeeping could make it part of their job to water the plants on the balconies? And we looked down and they were dead on every balcony too. Just not nice. And what kind of management would allow such a thing? I don't get it. The bathroom, which I won't show you, I thought reminded me of a prison bathroom. Now, Taylor's never been in prison, let me get that straight. But it's what I imagine a prison bathroom to be like. The tiles were actually painted with a flat blue paint. Oh, it just cheapened the whole thing. Like I said, the whole place needs to be redone. And although the staff was reasonably pleasant, they were kind of indifferent if you ask me. In fact, I was stunned at the end when I was trying to put the bags in the car when we were leaving, and there was a bellman standing right next to me who didn't even offer to help put the bags in the car. That's unbelievable. Well, needless to say, we won't be back there. Now, it did have some good things, though. It had free parking, always a nice thing. Lovely views that I just couldn't get enough of. It was just heaven sitting out on that balcony. It has a golf course, if that interests you, and it looked really nice, as you can see in this picture. And just wonderful to play golf in such cool weather. It has a heated pool, which is a necessity since the temperatures are always around 20 degrees Celsius. They did give you 2 passes to the cable car, which was a nice touch. And this fabulous welcome gift. We each got a little bag like this, and I thought I would photograph what was in it just so you could see how impressive this gift was. Well, inside, it had a toothbrush with toothpaste and a cookie. So I guess you're supposed to eat the cookie and then brush your teeth. But anyway, it was sort of a lame welcome gift if you ask me. The area near the elevators did look slightly upgraded and more beautiful. But most of the lobby areas, the restaurants, just looked tired. I don't know. I think that's enough about the hotel. My opinion is don't stay at Resorts World Awana. I picked it because it wasn't at the top of the hill. It wasn't right in the thick of things, because I thought I would like that better, and I did love the location, right next to the outlet malls. And from the outlet malls, you can take the cable car all the way up to the top of the mountain, where the casino is and another huge mall. I was really impressed with the outlet mall, especially that it was open air. Now, of course, that's probably not great when it's raining, but it did have cover for most things. But it had a lot of shops, as you can see here. And it was very pleasant. Now, because none of these shops would carry Taylor's size, I had to restrict my purchases to home goods, and I ended up getting some new sheets. But at least I bought something on sale. Here's a lovely view from the mall, and you can see our hotel down there with the pink stripes. So although it was fairly clear when we got up there, just sort of partly cloudy, the clouds came in, and so our first ride on the cable car up to the peak just wasn't that exciting. You can see here, yeah, we saw some things, but it really wasn't as impressive as you'll see the next day was. And the cable car is fun too. If it's not too busy, they give you your own car, which we had on the way going up. But you can see here, they must get really crowded sometimes. I can't imagine having to wait in a line that would be this long. Oh my gosh, I would just give up and take a grab, I think. I don't know if those lines are ever full. Hopefully not, though. On the way up, you go by this lovely temple, and you can stop there, get off for free, and then get back on. I'll show you the temple on our ride back down. But coming into the Sky Avenue station, that's what the mall is called up there, look around. There's an amusement area underneath you and a bunch of rooftops and a mishmash of looking buildings. It's so unattractive, I couldn't believe it. Now, once you got in the mall, it was nice enough. It's a mall. And it had a lot of wonderful restaurants, sort of like Vegas. But the nicest part was the top floor of the mall is open air also, and has a lot of dining venues there. And you can sit out there and enjoy the cool temperatures. It's just heaven. We had a drink at Rockefeller's. Now, I had been to the Rockefeller's in Penang many times. I'm not sure I knew it was a chain. But we had a drink there, did some shopping, and decided to have an early dinner. I decided to try burgers and lobsters. They have an outlet in KLCC, and I had seen it, but it looked pricey, and I wasn't sure it was going to be good enough to warrant the price. But I shouldn't have worried, because it was the best lobster I have had since I've been in Southeast Asia. Of course, it was flown in from Canada, and I just got the lobster roll, lobster meat in a brioche bun, because it was a little less expensive than the whole lobster. It was 150 ringgit though. Have you ever paid that much for a sandwich? I never have, and I probably never will again unless I have that one. But I noticed the prices are a little bit cheaper at the KLCC venue. But anyway, we had a lovely dinner. Just lovely. After dinner, we took the cable car back down to the outlet mall, and boy, was it perfect timing. It was just sunset, and the views were magnificent. You could see for miles and miles. I'm telling you, it was stunning. Just look at this. I was very impressed. It doesn't even look like Malaysia, does it? So we had a little bit of wine in the room, enjoying the cool air. And next door, there's a place called Danny Lodge, which is a mansion built by, I was told, the owner of the Ilhelm building in KL. Anyway, it's a gorgeous mansion, but it looks like it's used mostly for weddings and things, and they were set up for a wedding. But the night before the wedding, they had fireworks, and I only got the tail end of it, but it was so close. Isn't it beautiful? Now, I was curious about who started Genting Highlands, because it is so weird the way it's precariously placed on the top of this mountain. Who had the insight for that? Genting Highlands is located on the peak of Mount Ulu Kali in the Titiwangsa Mountains in the Malaysian state of Pahang. It was established in 1965 by businessman Lim Go Tong, and it is noted for casinos and theme parks. Well, I didn't really see the theme parks getting much use. I think probably everybody mostly goes there to shop or to gamble. Now, I didn't go anywhere near the casino, so I don't know anything about the gambling, and I can't recommend that because I never would gamble anyway. I mean, when I go gambling, I spend $20. It takes me about 5 minutes, and then I'm done. So we had a really comfortable night. Windows open, no aircon. Boy, I could get used to that. You know, my apartment in KL will never get cooler than it gets there, ever. Not even with the aircon on full blast, because my aircon doesn't work very well. In fact, it's not working very well right now. The temperature won't go below 27 in the living room. So it's not really cool. But because the air isn't that humid, I can use a fan and get by. They're supposed to send the repair guys today. I can't wait. Oh, I meant to mention one of the negative things about the hotel also was the price. It was like 440 ringgit a night. That did not include breakfast, and really it had nothing special. It didn't even have an ice bucket in the room. It did have some instant Nescafe and a kettle, woohoo. But I think that price is ridiculous for the quality of the hotel. So we didn't have breakfast, so we decided to go up to the mall and have breakfast. Well, this is one thing I noticed where the mall has sort of fallen down. Now, after we ate, I found another place we could have eaten. It was lovely. But we ended up just in the food court and having Maggi Goreng, as you can see here. Not my favorite thing for breakfast, but it was okay. But I would have rather eaten at Dome. It had a beautiful view from there, and the food court had no view at all. So anyway, lesson learned there. Then we went shopping, and I bought those sheets I talked about earlier. Around dinner time, we went back up to the top of the mountain to find a nice place to eat. And we didn't find anything that we were that interested in, so we ended up going to this very reasonably priced Japanese restaurant, and it was actually quite yummy. Look at the spread we had. Okay, so now I'll tell you how much the weekend cost me. As I mentioned, the hotel was overpriced and was 850 ringgit. And I spent about 700 ringgit on food. And that's because the burger and lobster place was not cheap. So that's about all I spent. And that's not bad for 2 nights. Certainly much less than my trip to Penang for my birthday. So what were my impressions? Well, I thought Genting Highlands was beautiful. Way, way prettier than Cameron Highlands. Because Cameron Highlands is just loaded with agriculture. And there's just greenhouses for as far as the eye can see. At least in Genting, it's beautiful mountain views and cool air. After doing some research while I was there, I noticed that we would have been much better off in an Airbnb. And if you want to stay for a week, we could have stayed for a week for half the price we paid for 2 nights in the hotel. So that's crazy. Next time, it's Airbnb all the way. But I'm thinking about going up for a week and seeing what it's like. I'd love to just see how it is to have that cool weather for a whole week. Because now I'm back in KL, it's hot as hell again, and like I said, the AC isn't working that great in my apartment. And oh gosh, I just know I'm gonna go to Genting more and more. Maybe even for a day trip here or there. But I think the reason that the Airbnbs are so cheap during the week is that mostly people just go on the weekends. And you have to watch out because the traffic can be terrible. Now, as I said, it only took us an hour to get there and 40 minutes to get back. But it can take up to 2 hours if the traffic is bad. So I would definitely recommend checking out Genting Highlands. Yes, it's going to be more special if you want to go shopping at the outlet mall or at the regular mall, or if you want to gamble or go to the amusement park. But if you want to just chill like we did, it's great for that too. So I hope you enjoyed Taylor's impressions of Genting Highlands. I really recommend you put it on your list, even if it's just a day trip. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and check the notification bell too. That way you won't miss any of my future content. And if you really want to help support the channel and help me, buy me a coffee. The link is in the description. I really appreciate it. Well, that's all I have for today, everybody. I'm going to be making plans to go back to Genting Highlands as soon as I can, and I'll take you with me then too. But that's it for today, everybody. Talk to you later. Bye.